Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here, welcome back to another post-match thoughts. This is Millwall versus Stevenage, the game that the Lions won 2-0. And well, I'm very glad that Tom Elliott managed to get 2 goals for us. A guy that I really hope has a promising future for the Lions. He looks like a decent player, and I've said in the past I really did hope that he would displace either Morrison or Gregory in the team, and hopefully he has actually gone ahead and done that. Now that does mean that Neil Harris does have a decision to make for Saturday, with Lee Gregory getting injured. We'll talk more about that later on in the actual video. Now, how did each side line up? Well, Millwall had quite a few names changed in this squad, with the captain Tony Craig coming back into the team and Ben Thompson actually also coming into the team, with Fred and Tom Elliott forming Millwall's strike force in the formation we always go with, which is 4-4-2. Now, Stevenage did line up with 4-4-2 as well, and Darren Sarll made 2 changes to his side, which actually saw Joe Martin return to his former club. He actually played alright today in that game. And well, Matt Gooden and Chris Weptow also featured in a game that Stevenage actually gave a decent account to themselves. For a League 2 side, I was quite impressed with seeing how well they performed. Now, stats-wise, we both had 11 shots, with us having 6 on target and Stevenage having 4. Now, Millwall did have the better of the possession with 55%. Now, in terms of what happened in the game, Millwall were actually really good in the first half. We almost scored if it weren't for the fact that Fryer got a hand to Jake Cooper's header, who actually, as we all know, is a fantastic presence going forward. And Tom King did have to make some saves down the other end. He actually made 2 in a row to stop Stevenage from nicking 1 in this game. And Millwall's constant threat never actually died down, as Byron Webster almost managed to get an actual attack on goal, but in trying to attack the ball, he did foul the defender and give away a free kick. Now into the second half, and well, whatever Harris said at half-time must have worked, because the Lions were much more clinical, and not just them, but Tom Elliott, a player that's so tall, so physically strong, actually got on the headers and got 2. The first being the better of the 2 goals. And well, he just got on the end of a fantastic run by Fred. All credit has to be due to Fred for creating that opportunity. He put it in, and a diving header from Elliott to go into the back of the net. Fantastic. I'm glad he got his account for this season underway. And well, if that wasn't enough, Shane Ferguson crossed the ball in, and it just sort of dinked off the top of his head and went into the back of the net. So that made it 2. And well, we almost had a third. Fred almost managed to get himself on the end of a chance. As what happened is he got the ball, he turned his shot, and the keeper, with a low diving save, stopped that from going in the back of the net. Overall, not a bad performance from Millwall, though there is 2 downsides to this win, and what really could hurt us if 2 of our key players are injured. That's obviously Jake Cooper, who went down with an ankle injury, and it doesn't look great, but obviously he is being assessed, and I still don't know the actual full extent of his injury. I know probably he isn't making Saturday, along with Lee Gregory, who looks to have a hamstring problem, and that is really upsetting that Cooper's out rather than Gregory, because Gregory still hasn't scored this season, so we still have an opportunity to play Fred, O'Brien or Elliott up top. We have options at the back line. It's Webster or even Nelson when Hutch isn't there, and we really don't want that. Now, I do have 2 key players to go through, one for Millwall, one for Stevenage. For Millwall, it's going to have to be someone that you may be surprised. You're all probably thinking, oh, Tom Elliott's going to get the key player. No, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it to Fred. He was fantastic. For a player that a lot of people said they didn't like because he didn't want to commit to a contract, that seems to have just literally died down. He was fantastic. He was running rings around that entire defence, getting in behind. And if it wasn't for him, Tom Elliott wouldn't have scored that first goal, because he was just fantastic getting in behind. And for Stevenage, I'm going to have to go and give it to their goalkeeper, Joe Fryer. He pulled off at least 3 top quality saves. And, well, I hadn't even heard of him before the game kicked off, and he was just outstanding, really helping Stevenage out. And full credit to him and the team. They almost stayed in this tie for quite a long time, and if it wasn't for the luck of Millwall, we probably wouldn't have got anything out of it, and he would have almost certainly got a clean sheet. Now, what did the manager say? Well, Neil Harris had to say this. He said, we were much better in the second half, but credit to Stevenage, they played really well today. And then the Stevenage manager, Darren Saul, said, I thought we were superb in the first half. It's just a shame about the result, but there are plenty positives to come from this match. After those goals, though, that does mean that Tom Elliott is the club's top goal scorer with 2 so far this season. Let's not get carried away. It is a cup game against the League 2 side, but it also means that he goes ahead and he gets top of the goals that I've seen this season, with his first being better than his second. Now, let's end this video on the teams that each side has to face, with Millwall hosting Bolton Wanderers, with the 2 newly promoted sides battling at the Den, with Mark Beavers possibly returning to a very, very fiery atmosphere at the Den. I can't wait for that match. It's going to be such a good one. I really hope we can go ahead and do it. And for Stevenage, well, they're travelling to Colchester in a match that sees 21st travel up against 10th. And Colchester, they will be looking to build an impressive performance against Aston Villa on Wednesday night. They really deserved to go ahead and get into the next round. So anyway, guys, I hope that is all that you like to see for this video. I hope you guys did actually enjoy it. But until the next one, which is going to be a preview for the Bolton Wanderers game, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, I'll be seeing you guys in that video. But until then, goodbye.